Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm here in Washington, D.C. Our clients are all over the country, sometimes even outside this country, and we help with immigration cases. We help folks file for immigration applications. We even help companies sponsor individuals. We help individuals sponsor family members. And most importantly, for right now, this topic is designed for people that might be in the United States. They might be undocumented here in the United States. They entered illegally, or they came with like a tourist visa and it expired, or some other kind of visa which expired, or they're out of status, right? So you might have options available, and we come on live to talk specifically about those types of options. So those humanitarian options that might be available for you to not only receive status here in the United States, but also lead to a green card and ultimately US citizenship. So don't fret if you are in the United States and you entered illegally. You might have legal options available to you to become a green card holder eventually and to become a US citizen eventually. Okay, so that's what we're here to talk about. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. We focus these discussions where I come on live. I'm streaming on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We focus these discussions to talk specifically about humanitarian options. I think this is very important, especially in this current administration, where people that are undocumented are being targeted and attacked, and are walking around so incredibly afraid for themselves, for their family, for their friends. We want to come out here. We want to provide you with some humanitarian options that might allow you to apply for an application that you're legally eligible for, that's going to lead to a green card and then ultimately US citizenship. Okay, if you'd like to call us for a consultation, you can do that. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. I'm going to talk about VAWA. We talk about VAWA quite a bit here because that's a way currently that allows you to apply for a green card, VAWA status in the United States, which means you can be here in the United States. And then if you receive a green card, after a few years, you are eligible for U.S. citizenship, right? So it's something that many people don't know about. So I want to talk to you about that here. If you have questions about VAWA generally, this is a great opportunity for you to put that into the chat. Hi, Michael. Feel free to say hello, guys, if you're joining me for the first time. I know we have many folks here that have been with me for so long, that join us regularly. If you don't already follow us on social media, follow us on TikTok. Make sure you like us on Facebook and you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, right? We provide information, especially for those who have entered the United States illegally, or for those who came in with a tourist visa and are undocumented currently because that visa expired and you're here in the United States without status. Okay, that's my focus here. I want to help you guys understand that there are laws that can allow you to get in status legally. You want to make sure that you're eligible, and to figure out whether or not you're eligible, listen to me here today, right? We might not hit on some of the experiences that you've had, but if you'd like to have a consultation with me, I'm an immigration attorney based in Washington, D.C. My clients are everywhere, but you can schedule a consultation with me by phone, by Zoom, or in person. And you can do that by calling 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney helping lots of different types of immigrants, including employers, including individuals sponsoring family members, fiancés. But this session here is focused on humanitarian options for you guys, okay? All right, one of the questions we get quite often, we get them so much, is how can I expedite my VAWA application, right? If you guys have that question, and many of you here, I'm sure, have had VAWA applications filed. You want to figure out what is the mechanism to get this expedited, right? That's a great question. The current VAWA processing times are over 3 years, sometimes 4 years. This is just your VAWA petition, not even VAWA and a green card. Remember, when you look at this up online, 80% of cases take about this long. So there are certain things you can do to make sure your application is reviewed quickly, and also that the review can be completed in an organized fashion. So this is just have your application organized. Make sure you are, number one, eligible and that you've provided all the correct documentation with your application. Okay. This is where an attorney can help you. Someone who is experienced with VAWAs, someone who's filed a lot of VAWAs can help you figure out, one, are you eligible? Two, what are the weak parts in your application? Three, can we explain any of these weak parts in your application? And do we have enough evidence to make sure that you're showing the government that you are eligible for a VAWA application? Once we do that, we also can assess green card eligibility, work permit, travel authorization, all of those things. We can package that together and we can file that for you. So number one, be organized with your application. Number two, if you filed your application, the current processing times, again, are very, very long. There are certain circumstances where you can apply to have your application expedited. If you're working with the attorney, with any attorney, the attorney can send an email to a VAWA hotline. This is the service center that's processing your application with the proper documentation and a request to expedite. We just recently did this for a woman who was suffering from breast cancer. We requested that they expedite the petition. We provided documentation of her health condition, and that expedite request was approved and the application was approved same day. So we received a VAWA approval in this scenario in 5 months. Remember that certain applications, our VAWA applications on average are taking 4 years. We received this approval in 5 months because she satisfied the requirements to have her application expedited, and her application was so organized that we were able to get it approved in 5 months. So this is fantastic. We're super excited for our client, especially now she's on her path to a green card. All right. So certain reasons that the government considers in order to determine whether or not they can expedite your VAWA application. Number one, emergencies, humanitarian reasons, right? Financial loss, health issues. So it's going to be assessed on a case-by-case basis, and the government will review your request plus all of the supporting documentation, because anyone can request something. Oh, I have health issues. I have an urgent family issue outside of the country and I need this adjudicated right now. Obviously, you can make those requests, but the way to increase your chances of approval of that expedite request is to provide supporting documentation for any reason that you decide is similar to those that are written out by the government on their website. Okay, give us a call if we can help you with your VAWA petition. The best way, as I mentioned before, is to have an organized application. Make sure you're eligible. Work with an attorney if that is something that you can afford, or work with a nonprofit attorney. Many states have nonprofits that complete VAWA applications. And so if you cannot afford a private attorney, which I think will be your best option, just because most private attorneys have a little bit more resources that they can spend towards your VAWA application, more time, more resources. But if you can't do that, I would highly recommend working with a nonprofit in your area to see if they're able to help you with that. All right, give us a call if we can help you. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name, again, is Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney. I'm based here in Washington, D.C., but our clients are all over the United States. We help them with all types of immigration applications. We can conduct consultations for all types of immigration cases. If you have questions on VAWA, I would highly recommend that you schedule a consultation. If you're not already working with another attorney, if you are and you want to, if you are working with another attorney and you want to switch over to our firm, if this sounds, something like that might be a better fit for you, you're welcome to do that. We do handle a lot of transfer cases as well. You can reach us at 703 348-1663. You can also go to our Facebook page and you can schedule a consultation on our Facebook page. So you can go to our Facebook page. There's a link on there that will show you where you can see my availability, get on my calendar. Just as a heads up that all of the consultations are currently being conducted by me. So I will be the attorney that is speaking with you, that's talking to you about your case. So if the way I'm speaking makes sense to you, resonates with you, we would love to meet with you to talk to you about your eligibility, to talk with you about any concerns you might have. If you're eligible for something, we'll review the full process. We'll talk about the documents that you might need, the timeline, and any other questions that you might have. Okay, these consultations are conducted by phone, by Zoom, and in person. So give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. Thanks so much, guys, for following us. We have several folks here on TikTok that have followed us. Thank you. A reminder to follow us on TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, so then you can be notified when I come on again. This is a scary time, and the best thing you can do, thank you, Sean, for following us. The best thing you can do is stay informed of what's going on. Thank you, Perez, for following us. Thank you, Rayad. Thank you, Eric. Great job, guys. Thank you for staying connected to us, because the best thing you can do if you're nervous about immigration, if you're nervous about what might happen in this administration, is number one, stay informed. Number two, know your options, right? You may have options you might not know. So joining us on these types of events, joining other attorneys will keep you informed. It might even let you know about things that you might be eligible for that you didn't know existed. So it's really important, if you can get in status, call us and see if you are eligible. That's what we do. We're here to support you. If we have your information, you will have us on your side. All right, if you need us in the future, give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. Feel free to follow us, like us, stay connected to us, and more importantly, if you think about other people that might need this information, that might need immigration assistance, share this post with them. All right, guys, share this post with them so they can also join us next time, add more to this conversation, and make it richer for us all to learn more about immigration. Okay, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to answer a few more questions here. Junia says, hello, attorney. 3 judges already issued a preliminary injunction against birthright citizenship. If they appeal, how many months will it take to get a final decision by the appeals court? So this means, so if 3 judges have already issued these injunctions, remember the cases go from district courts, United States federal district courts, to federal circuit courts, appeals courts, right? And then to the Supreme Court. So these decisions can vary. I imagine the Supreme Court will review this. Supreme Court doesn't have to review every case, but this is something that is very much in the public eye right now, and it will certainly be decided by the Supreme Court. It's important to note that even if it is held up, excuse me, as being constitutional, this executive order will only impact births after February of this year. So if you have a child that's born before February, if you yourself were born before February 2025, you don't have anything to worry about, because the previous laws giving birthright citizenship to people born in the United States will still apply. This is worst case scenario. I'm hoping that this will not be upheld at the Supreme Court level. Okay, give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based here in the United States in Washington, D.C. We help clients all over the United States. We help with all types of immigration applications. Hello, Ara. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So we miss you. Say hello, Ara. Great. We have one of our big fans are joining us today, so I'm giving her a little shout out. And some of you might even know Ara. All right, let me see. What other questions do we have here? Okay, so what happens if my VAWA petition is approved, but I have a criminal record, right? What happens if my VAWA petition is approved, but I have a criminal record? All right, if you have an approved VAWA, and you're eligible for a green card, so adjustment of status application filed with your VAWA petition, your crime will be reviewed at the green card level, right? When you're looking at crimes and applying for a green card, what the government considers is usually whether there is a conviction. So your crime will only automatically impact eligibility if there is a conviction. And one of these crimes are so serious, and I'm kind of simplifying this here, but they're so serious that you're automatically denied from getting a green card, right? Some of those crimes are very, very serious. Most crimes, however, like if you have a DUI, excuse me, if it's just one DUI, if you have a petty theft issue, charges were dropped or lessened, that will be taken into consideration. Sometimes crimes can only impact their determination of whether you are a person of good moral character. So in making that determination, the government is looking at all sorts of things. Do you pay taxes? Are you gainfully employed? Do you contribute to the society, to the people and community around you? Are you a volunteer? What do you do to help the people around you? What are the good things that you do, right? So if you're a member of a church and you volunteer at the church, we have somebody who's a deacon at the church. We have people that pay taxes. We have people that volunteer or run volunteer organizations. It doesn't even have to be that great, but all of these things can be taken into consideration in determining whether or not you're a person of good moral character. So crimes can affect your applications in some ways, but usually the question is, are you a person of good moral character, even though you have this crime on your record, even though you have this arrest on your record, okay? If you're worried about applying for something because you have a past crime, it's important you talk to an attorney to see if this is something that you should even be worried about. You might not even need to be worried about it because you weren't convicted or charges were dropped or it is not technically that serious, all right? Give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help clients all over the United States with their immigration applications. Call us for a consultation if you would, if you'd like to meet with me to talk about your eligibility, to see how we might be able to help you with your immigration applications. All right. Okay. So what happens in this scenario where you are in valid legal status right now, but you want to apply for VAWA? Can you do that, right? Can you do that? Okay, absolutely. So we had a client who had an H-1B. She was in status with her H-1B. She qualified for VAWA because her husband became a green card holder and then a citizen. Excuse me. Her husband became a green card holder and then a U.S. citizen. So she was able to apply for VAWA and adjustment of status because she met the VAWA requirements. She could certainly move forward with VAWA. Let's say worst case scenario, VAWA and green card was denied. She can still have this H-1B status and nothing really happens to that status, right? You want to make sure that the information you're submitting, it doesn't conflict with each other. It won't if you're being truthful. If you have an attorney reviewing your applications, if something is mistakenly conflicting each other, that will typically be identified and you can explain it or fix it if it's a mistake. So nothing will happen to your current status if you apply for a VAWA adjustment of status. So for people who qualify, you may want to take advantage of that, right? We have some people from India, for example, where the employment-based green card is over 10 years for them to receive their green card, to have a visa available for them. However, if they're married to a U.S. citizen, they qualify for VAWA as the spouse of an abusive U.S. citizen, then they can apply for VAWA and a green card and beat this line of waiting for employment-based green card through their employer. I hope that makes sense. So it might be better in some situations to move forward with something like VAWA, even if you are currently in status and are on your path to getting a green card. Call us if we can help you with that. You can reach us at 703-348-1663, 703-348-1663. All right, thank you, Ars. That's great stuff as always. Absolutely. Hope you are doing well. Shannon says, how much for a consultation? Our consultations are $150. They're 30 minutes. They're with me. I'm an immigration attorney. We can do them by Zoom or by phone. We do have a higher charge if you want to come to the office in person. We take a little bit longer with our in-person consultations, but we review your eligibility, your immigration history, process, timing, and any other questions that you might have before we give you your options and we talk about moving forward with working with our firm to help get you in status. Okay, I hope that's helpful to you, Shannon. I hope that you reach out to us to schedule a consultation. Great. I have so many questions. I'm so happy that so many of you joined us today. We had several hundred people on TikTok. We're also streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like us, follow us on Facebook. You can also like us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, stay connected to us, share this with others, stay connected, be informed, because we are all operating on high anxiety these days with the new administration. And just being informed, knowing your options, knowing what to do in certain situations will help you be calmer. And reach out to us if you are out of status, you're looking for ways to get in status, or trying to figure out whether or not you're eligible for work authorization or something else. We're here for you. We're here to support you. Stay with us and stay calm, and move on with your day, one day at a time. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on, and hopefully I will see many of you again. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon. Bye, everyone.